Hey guys, we're going to read Hound Dog True chapters 30 and 31. We're almost done with the book. Okay. Quincy nudges her plate toward Uncle Potluck, but before she can touch it, Miss Sweet snaps up Quincy's cob. Let me, she's my niece after all. She holds Quincy's corn up like Uncle Potluck did, says, and aha, like he did. Okay, Miss Sweet says, okay, I have it. Okay. So all these rows are totally straight, see? That says Quincy's future is all mapped out perfectly. Quincy's going to be super popular and she'll have lots of awesome boyfriends. And the next thing you know, she'll be prom queen, just like I was. It is the best fortune Miss We can think of. Maddie can tell. She's trying to be nice, but Quincy just watches her dinner plate. It doesn't move, the dinner plate. Neither does Quincy. Miss Sweet turns to Mama. You can just tell she's going to have a lovely figure. She's already in a B cup. Maddie crosses her arms over her chest, sees Quincy do the same. Miss Sweet doesn't see. She turned her look on Uncle Potluck. I was totally flat until I was 14, she says, but girls today mature so much faster. I read it in People. They call them tweens now, too. And then Miss Sweet starts in talking about how tweens wear lip gloss and tweens do texting and how all tweens want is to be grown up and all they think about is boys. Maddie watches Quincy's face, knowing that all she is thinking about is stabbing her aunt with a fork. It's all true, Miss Sweet says. There have been studies. Nobody studied me, says Quincy. Doesn't sound one bit plunky either. Miss Sweet starts to say something, but then Quincy grabs the corn cob, chomps 3 big bites. There. Study that, Quincy says, and before her cob hits the plate, the porch door is slamming shut, and Quincy is stomping out through the garden dusk. They're prone to drama too, says Miss Sweet. For a minute, the room is quiet. Feels like anything could happen. Maddie waits for Miss Sweet to stand up and go after Quincy, or Mama to, or Uncle Potluck to pick up somebody else's cob, maybe even Maddie's cob, and go on with the fortune telling. Maddie could stay here and listen about her future and never have to go out and talk to the moon at all. Except none of that happens. What happens is that Maddie Breen does a small, brave thing. She stands up, everyone looking, and goes outside. So that's nice. She went to go check on her friend. Out into the half dark, past the bean teepees and tomato cages, and the stone rabbit standing lonely guard. Up past the tangle of pumpkin vines, past Mama's friend tent. Up she walks, up the rise to the woods, to the rock ledge by the apple tree, up to Uncle Potluck's rock, to Maddie's rock, to the place she knows, even in the half dark, Quincy Sweet will be. Chapter 31. Let's go. Quincy is on the rock, sitting on it, knees up, arms folded over them, toolbox and bag papers at her side. Poor Mo, Maddie says. Maybe it's a dumb thing to say. Maybe she should have let Quincy talk first, but Quincy talks second. Poor Mo, she says, like a secret code. She puts her papers on the grass. Quincy does, drops her toolbox on top of them, making room for Maddie to sit on the rock. Maddie sits, pulls close her own knees. The clouds move around. Some of the light changes, tinting the sky as dark as Miss Sweet's lipstick. Maddie thinks. Quincy must notice too. I wear lip gloss at school, she says, quiet. I do too, or did once, Maddie says. I don't say much at school. I didn't talk at all that morning. By lunch, the gloss had turned to glue. I thought my lips would rip off if I tried to open my mouth. It is a silly thing to say. So silly, Quincy laughs. Laughs and laughs like she's going to roll right off the rock. The kind of laugh Maddie can't help laughing with. It's true, Maddie says, still laughing around and around like a screw untwisting. Quincy unfolds her legs. divides her hair for braiding, though she has no bands for the ends, and one braid frees as soon as she moves to the next. A breeze comes, a cloud shifts, slivering a half light over the trees, opening the darkening sky to the moon. It must have heard your lip gloss story, Quincy says. Maybe. Maybe Miss Moon came out for the lip gloss story. But the lip gloss story is not the one that needs telling, not the one Maddie needs the moon to hear. There is another story, a twist-tight story coiled up inside her. And there, with Quincy on the rock beside her, Maddie tells it. What story do you think she's going to tell? Let's find out. It starts out backwards, from the way she has told it before, to Mo and Meanie and to herself. She was so big it starts, so big I thought she'd swallow me up. The story goes on that way, bottom turning to top. The magic word, ogre, notebook pages soaked dark. Story's fist crunched. She, Maddie, had said ogre, ogre, ogre. How the girl said it, ogre, in a sound out way. How the word had been in a story in Maddie's notebook, in her yellow notebook. How the girl had come upon the notebook in Maddie's backpack. After looking in all the other backpacks, how she had come in small to the coat room. How her name was Star. How she had come in looking for change. The words loosen, unwind. Maddie feels herself breathe, slow and deep, in and out. Poor Mo, says Quincy. That was good. I mean, it was bad. A bad thing had happened, but how you told it was good. No wonder you're a writer, she says. You're good at stories. I am, Maddie thinks. It's not a question. It is a statement, a truth, a matter of fact. I am, she says. She does not know how loud she says it, does not know if she has whispered or shouted, does know that she hears an echo, like the kind you hear on mountain tops, except this echo is not bouncing off mountains or the woods or the tent or the house. It is not an outside echo at all. It is an inside echo, and Maddie hears it, big and round and full as the moon. And I will see you guys later for chapter 32. Bye.